In your novel, you will embark on a journey with Brian in the book Hatchet, written by Gary Paulsen. About the author Gary Paulsen, he was born in May of 1939. He was not a motivated student, but he developed a love for reading because of a school librarian who handed him a book and a library card. Paulsen writes his novels and stories by drawing on experience of his adventure-filled life. He writes in hopes that his young readers will make connections to the characters and their adventures. Before beginning the novel, here is a summary to give you a little taste of what you're about to read. Brian, the main character, is traveling to Canada to see his father, who moved there after his parents got divorced. He boards a plane where the only other person on it is the pilot. While flying over a body of water, the pilot clenches his chest and dies. Brian is left to fly and land the plane on his own. He gazes out of the windshield and sees only two choices: crash in the body of water below him, or into the forest that is starting to appear in the horizon. What choice will Brian make? Listen and read along to find out. Be on the lookout for crafts used by the author. The first is point of view. You will notice Paulsen uses third person limited. The narrator focuses only on Brian, therefore we can only hear Brian's thoughts and see his actions. The author also uses flashbacks. The purpose of Brian's flashbacks is to help you understand how he uses his resources to survive, also to show why Brian's parents got divorced. The tone and imagery the author gives is to provide you with the feeling of being stranded with Brian in the wilderness. The theme will appear very clear to you. It is survival. Obviously, if the book begins with Brian crashing, we know that he is a survivor in the crash. The question is, how will he survive? Brian must use the items that he can retrieve from the wreckage and use his creative thinking to live in the forest where he is stranded. As you listen and follow along, think about the habit of mind strategies that he uses to survive. This is also a story of a boy facing challenges that change him. As Brian learns to adapt to the conditions he faces in the Canadian wilderness, he changes. You could say he becomes a man. Read to find out how Brian's fight for survival changes him. Gary Paulsen has written over 175 novels, so there are several works by this author that you can go and look for in our library. If you finish Hatchet and you love it, try reading some of the sequels to Hatchet that have Brian as the main character, such as The River, Brian's Winter, Brian's Don't Want to Give It Away, and Brian's Hunt. If you liked the author's style of writing, he has several not related Brian books like The Rifle, Lawn Boy, Dog Song, Soldier's Heart, Mr. Tuckett, and My Life in Dog Years. I hope you enjoy reading Hatchet and hope to see you reading other books written by Gary Paulsen. Photo story created with the help of Random House and Free Base.